Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. The global growth outlook has been revised downward. The International Monetary Fund IMF says the Russia-Ukraine crisis continues to send shockwaves through various sectors of the global economy. Javon Keys reports.
At a press briefing today, Chief Economist and Director of the IMF's Research Department, Pierre-Olivier Gorincha, said global growth is projected to be about 1% lower than earlier projections.
Compared to our January forecast, we have revised our projection for global growth downwards to 3.6% in both 2022 and 2023. This reflects the direct impact of the war on Ukraine and sanctions on Russia, with both countries projected to experience steep contractions.
He says trade and financial markets have been significantly hit, but commodities will have the greatest impact.
But the surge in food and fuel prices will hurt lower-income households globally, including in the Americas and the rest of Asia.
Commodities exporters and markets which produce fuel and energy are expected to see a slight uptick in growth. Mr. Gorincha says inflation remains a major risk for most economies.
We now project inflation will remain elevated for much longer. In the United States and some European countries, it has reached its highest level in more than 40 years in the context of tight labor markets. The risk is rising that inflation expectations drift away from central bank inflation targets, prompting a more aggressive tightening response from policymakers. Furthermore, increases in food and fuel prices may also significantly increase the prospect of social unrest in poorer countries.
For the Business Day, I'm Javon Keys.
Meanwhile, the World Trade Organization has also revised downward its outlook for 2022-2023. The Director General of the Global Trade Agency says the Ukraine-Russia crisis will continue to slow the global movement of goods.
We would now expect world merchandise trade volumes to grow by about 3% in 2022. This is 1.7 percentage points down from the 4.7% growth we forecast last October. Trade growth in 2023 is estimated at 3.4%. The forecast projects global GDP growth at market exchange rates, that global GDP at market exchange rates will grow by 2.8% in 2022, down from the 4.1% projected prior to the war.
The U.S. currency is selling for an average $155.62. $123.41 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar, $202.67 for the pound, and $169.02 for the euro. To the stock market now, the JSE index advanced by 997 points today, while the junior market index advanced by 15 points. Among the winners, iCreate, Elite Diagnostic, Paramount Trading Jamaica, Trans-Jamaican Highway US dollar shares, and Sterling Investments US dollar shares. While among the users, we had Productive Business Solutions, 9.75% cumulative redeemable, Cargo Handlers, Stationery and Office Supplies, Cygnus Real Estate Financial Jamaican dollar shares, and JMMB Group 7.5%. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.